Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Amanda, also known as Amateur Aries, and today with me is Zachary. We're doing a question and answers mental health video today. We haven't done one in like a half a year.
Yeah.
But we've been gathering questions that you guys have been asking, and now we're about to answer some of them. One of them is, have you been hospitalized? I have not written down the person's name who asked this question because I've been actually asked this question by multiple people. I have not been hospitalized, luckily for my issues, but I have gotten extremely close to being hospitalized, where even I've almost driven myself to the hospital to be hospitalized during an episode. And he's actually prevented me from going to the hospital and has helped me through my episodes, so I don't get stuck in the hospital, because sometimes they keep you there until they think that you are okay enough to leave, if you sign the papers without reading them.
And plus, that not all people are okay with going to hospitals. I'm not sure if you ever met someone who's ever comfortable going to a hospital. I mean, I can brush it off my shoulder, but she hates being in hospitals. Regular hospitals, let alone one that is a mental lockup one, where they're going to give you drugs and going to force you to do things. You know, it's like that's scary for her, and it's only going to make her worse. So no, she's never been hospitalized.
So luckily I haven't been. But like I said, there's been a couple of times where I've personally myself almost driven there because of how dark or scary or weird my episodes have gotten. Next, how do you feel when you are in a BPD episode? How long does it take to ground yourself after? What do you do to ground yourself? By Brittany Owen. So those are 3 questions. I'm going to just answer them as quickly as possible because I don't want to make it a really long session. How do I feel during a BPD episode? When I am angry from my BPD episode, I feel like hot magma is going through my veins. And it's not just an emotional magma, it's like it feels physically, like it's physically happening. Like I'm about to turn into Venom or something. And it's scary and it's not a great feeling, and afterwards I feel hate for myself most times because I don't understand why I got so angry, especially depending on the situation. Like some of it is like, why did I get angry at that? That doesn't make any sense at all. And I just get angry at myself because then I cause an episode and I have arguments and we get into stupid fights about the stupidest things. So afterwards I feel completely and utterly like crap. With depression, it's so heavy that I literally feel like you're just putting 100 pounds on my shoulders and I'm slumped down like this. And it's so dark that I start thinking very, very dark suicidal thoughts. And I have to call him for help or call someone for help, like suicide hotline.
And another thing that adds on to that dark one is her, instead of seeing a whole bunch of bright colors and pastels, she just sees like black and gray.
Yeah, I start seeing like gray tones and stuff like that.
The world becomes darker to her.
Yeah. How long does it take to ground yourself? It could take hours, it can take days, depending on the situation. My depression can take days. My anger episodes can take days too, but mostly they last for a good few hours.
Yeah. I'll give you one thing that can make her last a couple days, and she was angry for a couple of days, and that's because I decided to pick up a habit, and she didn't fully agree with it, but we made a compromise. But she wasn't happy for a couple of days, and it definitely affected how the days went through. But after that, she came back to normal, and everything's been fine. You just got to give everything time and be pleasant the entire time.
Yeah, be as pleasant and calm as you possibly can, because if not, you can cause the episode to get worse and prolong it and etc. What do I do to ground myself when it comes to other emotions, not anger related, because I don't know how to ground myself when it comes to the anger part, is I play video games or I watch TV to distract myself. Anything that can distract me, I try to do. Even if it means going over to my friend's house and just hanging out with them, or just talking to Zach, or if I'm actually like I said, watching TV or playing games usually does it for me. Next one is for Zach. How do you speak to her during a delusion? This is by D-Think.
During a delusion, depends on what the delusion is, because it's going to depend on how I approach it and the level of the delusion. Because telling them, no, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true, doesn't help the person that's in a delusion, because to them it is true, to them it's right there.
It's real. Yeah,
it's real. Okay, so you just shutting their world down and rearranging everything that they thought was real is not okay. You can just ask them, talk to them, be like, okay, what's your delusion? Why do you feel this way?
Why do you think that way?
Yeah, and then you just need to talk to them and be like, well, here's what I think and here's what I'm feeling. It's like you just need to slowly get to them and be like, hey, this isn't happening. You got to lead up to that, and you got to help them get to that conclusion. Because if they don't get to that conclusion, they're not. If you tell them, oh, that's not real, you're wrong. It's like that's not going to do anything. They're just going to get angry because you don't believe them, and you're telling them that they're wrong, which you never tell someone that has BPD and delusions and
schizoaffective disorder.
Yeah, schizoaffective, that they're wrong because you're going to cause an episode and it's going to be 100 times worse.
And that can also ruin the trust in you too.
Yeah, like you need to build up to it, and you need to help lead them to that conclusion.
This reminds me, I didn't say this before, I am schizoaffective with depressed type with borderline personality disorder. Another one for you. What does Zach do to take care of himself, and how do you take care of him? By the Chris. What do you do to take care of yourself? I
eat absolutely anything I can.
I think they think mentally.
Oh, mentally? Well, it wasn't specific.
It wasn't specific, to be honest, but that's why I'm guessing that you meant because it was about mental health videos.
I work. It's like I was raised working from a young age, so work is kind of a really good stress reliever, depending on the work. Not everyone's job is a stress reliever. It's usually a stress giver.
He also plays video games.
I play tons of video games. I watch anime. I'm really into romance animes. Not all types. He
likes harems.
I like certain harems. I'm not like there are certain harems I just can't stand. Go to the gym. You need I'm not saying you need to go to the gym for your physical health. You need to go to the gym for your mental health. When you go to the gym and you start working out, you can work out and then think about the things you need to think about that you've been shoving off. How you're going to respond to things. Why you reacted to certain things. What are you going to do today? It'll give you time to think while physically helping your body. And honestly, while physically helping your body, it helps your body balance out chemicals that could be screwing with you, that's preventing you from getting certain things done. So, that helps.
Alright, how do I take care of you? Well, I try to remember that he is okay, let me try to figure out the right way to say it. He doesn't have these issues, so he doesn't completely understand what I'm going through. And I try to remind myself that that is the truth. And whenever I can, I try to thank him, and I try to tell him that I appreciate him by... What I usually do is I buy him stuff to tell him that I appreciate him. So
She buys my love.
He's kind of spoiled.
It's fine. No complaints.
And I cook him food for lunch, and I cook him dinner whenever I can, and I go grocery shopping for him, and I take him to the gym, and I pay the bills, and I just do
I take her to the gym too.
I just do a lot of things that he doesn't have to worry about then. So then when he comes home, he can worry about if I'm having any issues, and worry about himself if he has any issues himself after work as well. Have you come across any support groups for spouses or family members, caretakers of mental problem people?
That's for me.
No, it's not. I didn't take... Have you come...
support groups for spouses, so that would be me, or family members...
/ caretakers of mental problems.
Yeah, so that would be directed towards me.
Okay, no, we haven't.
Yeah, no.
By Cassie, by the way.
Yeah, I've never actively sought out other people or groups. Why?
Because we really haven't thought about it.
Yeah, I just haven't thought about it.
We should.
I mean, even still, the time.
We
don't have a lot of time in the day to be like, hey, I'm going to go to the support group for an hour. Because when I get up in the morning, I get up, get ready as fast as I can, and try to wake myself up. We go to the gym, and then I have 30-45 minutes after the gym to clean up and go to work and sit down and relax before I go to work.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the rest of my day, I'm there 12 to whenever the job's done, so.
Yeah, we don't really have a lot of time, and not just that, we don't have the money if they require money to do it.
Yeah, no. If it requires money, no.
Because we hardly can pay for the psychiatrist, along with the fact that I do need to see a therapist. So. Yeah. Okay, next question for you. Is your family accepting, supportive with regards to my mental health? Gabriel.
I'm going to simplify that question. They support us. They support her. Yes. They accept her.
But we never ever talk about my issues with them. They never really ask about it.
Yeah.
They may ask how have I been doing lately, but that's about it.
Yeah, they constantly ask, are you guys doing okay? But everything. But their acceptance of it. If they weren't, I wouldn't... you know, this thing would have been a lot harder to go through for both of us because we've both been on a crap stick on my side of the family, but my side of the family is very family oriented and they accept everyone as long as they don't do wrong to each other. And Amanda's never done wrong by anyone, so.
Yeah. At least I hope I haven't.
I mean, they just took my parents' only son away from him.
Yeah. It happens. You know. Anyway, last question. Side effects by Carol. I'm probably going to butcher your last name. Gutierrez? Carol Gutierrez. I hope I pronounced it right. Side effects. You asked me about how your mother had a certain disorder and she was suffering from leg pains, etc., etc. And asking if that could be a side effect. Depending on the medication can cause depending on the side effects. So what you should do is, if you are the caregiver like you said you were, you take the medication and you read the side effects. And if it's in the side effects, then it's part of the side effects. If not and you're uncomfortable with the side effects, you can still go to a regular doctor and get it checked. Like leg pains, I've not really heard about being a side effect, but I haven't really read side effects because I don't really receive that many side effects.
But here's something I'm going to tell you about leg pains too, though. Is like certain leg pains, depending on where they are, could be a heart issue. So
it could be diabetes.
Yeah, there could be a number of things. So just read the bottle. If it says it could cause issues with blood flow or something like that, because lack of blood to your legs can cause leg pains, you know, or if it could cause risk of heart attacks, like all that. Read that up and have her go to the check-in and just see what's up. It's no harm.
Not just that, but you get a paper pamphlet with the prescription that tells you all the side effects, and then it tells you a certain amount of side effects that you need to go to a doctor for or stop taking the medication for. Read those side effects, and if the leg pain is in that, then you need to stop taking the medication and talk to your psychiatrist immediately. But side effects, like I said, there's a paper that comes with them every time. You can ask the pharmacist when you're there about side effects. You can check the bottles, or you can look online, because sometimes the actual doctor websites and mental health websites will tell you the side effects as well. I wouldn't advise that though. Like I said, look at the booklet if you're worried about side effects, and if it is side effects and it's not telling you to go to the doctor, it might go away within a couple of months. And if it doesn't go away in a couple of months, then you need to stop taking the medication or see a doctor, because it might be something else.
Yes, and another thing I'm not sure of, if your mother's sitting down a lot, she needs to be more active.
Yes.
Because sitting down will cause a lot of issues. Like if you're not physically being active, you're going to cause your body harm. And just sitting down too long will cause your legs to be in pain because you're cutting off blood flow to your legs.
People with these disorders should be out and about, walking around and working out anyways, because it helps regulate some of the chemicals in our head to help calm down depression, anger, etc. It's not going to help us or cure us, but it does help with the process, especially with episodes. So she should be up and about, working out, or just taking walks, like a 45-minute walk every day.
Yeah.
To help with that. But yes, that is all that we can really talk about when it comes to side effects. I mean, I've gotten side effects before. If you guys want me to talk about that, like an actual individual video about what side effects I've suffered from, I can do that, I guess. I just gotta remember them all. Zoloft one is the worst one I've ever...
Zoloft and lamotrigine.
Yes, the two worst ones. So maybe I'll do a video on that if you guys would like me to. Vote, just tell me down in the comments below if you would like to see that. If you have any more questions about my mental health, or even regular questions, I can do another video on just regular everyday questions. Write them down below, and I'll happily write them down until we have a good amount to make a video out of. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!